Hi, I'm John Campea of the Movie Blog, and this is my quick 3-minute review of the new Disney film, Bridge to Terabithia. Now, the first thing that has to be said about Bridge to Terabithia is this, and I cannot get around saying this because it outraged me so much. The marketing and trailers and TV commercials that we've seen for Bridge to Terabithia, the movie up to this point, has purposefully been designed to lead us and children to believe that the movie is a fantasy adventure film, much in lines with, say, The Chronicles of Narnia was. They make you believe it is taking place in this fantastical world filled with adventure and excitement, and that's what they show. As a matter of fact, every single clip that we see in the trailers and in the commercials takes place in some kind of fantasy world with adventure going on. The fact of the matter is, though, that Bridge to Terabithia is the worst case I've ever seen of brutal, misleading advertising for a film that I have ever seen. And what makes it worse is that their deception is aimed at children. They are purposefully trying to trick children into thinking this movie is about something completely different than what it is to get them to want to go see it, and thus their parents take them to it. That is low, it's despicable. Disney should be ashamed of themselves for what they're doing with this film, because the fact of the matter is that Bridge to Terabithia is neither an adventure or a fantasy film. Pretty much everything that you see with fantasy in it in the trailers is everything that's in the movie, and that's about it. Sad part about this situation is this, is that The Bridge to Terabithia is actually a very nice movie that I actually ended up walking out enjoying quite a bit. Disney needed to show more faith in this project and not resort to lying and deceiving kids, tricking them into thinking this was going to be a completely different movie than what they're going to get when they go into the theater. The movie, on the plus side of it, stars two child actors, Josh Hutcherson and Anna Sophia Robb. Anna Sophia Robb, who we most recently saw, I believe, as Violet in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Both of them are wonderful. And for me to say that, that's something, because I generally don't like child actors. The two of them are both kind of misfit kids, young kids in school, who form a friendship, find support in each other, and once in a while, go off to this place in the forest where they have an imaginary world that they've called Terabithia. But very little of the film takes place there. As a matter of fact, the significance of that place is pretty much nil. It has no real overall meaning to the film itself. However, the friendship that forms between these two characters is really quite touching and nice. Also, something that should be pointed out about this film is the strong performance of Rob Patrick. Of course, he is the bad Terminator from Terminator 2, and we've seen him pop up from time to time. He actually does a great job playing Josh Hutcherson's father, both being strong, unsure about how to be a good parent, loves his kids. He really was the anchor, I found, for this film in the midst of all the kid stuff going on. I absolutely hated the first 10 minutes of this film. It felt like nothing but a Disney after-school special, but it quickly started to show its inner strength with the relationship between these characters, some of the overall themes, and the way that the director tells the story is actually quite engaging, quite touching, and overall makes for a very nice experience. The evil that Disney shows and how brutally they have mismarketed this, and it's not mismarketing, it's intentional to try to trick and deceive kids, almost made me want to purposefully pan this movie just to prove a point, but I can't do that because I actually do like this film. If you are looking for a grand fantasy adventure in the lines of Chronicle and Narnia and, say, Lord of the Rings, don't be fooled. That's not this film. However, if you are looking for a really nice story that brings you in and grips you and engages you with the characters, then this is a movie you're going to enjoy seeing. Overall, I'm going to give Bridge to Terabithia a 7.5 out of 10. On the scale of Go and Roth, I'm going to give it a go. But once again, I'm going to give the mighty Italian finger wag to Disney for being so despicable in lying to kids about what this movie's about. For the Movie Blog, I'm John Campea.